I'm Gugs Lushai. I'm the MD of Medilink Southwest, but today I'm representing Medilink UK. The key focus of the day for me today was bringing businesses together. From the side of innovation, I appreciate there's so many, and we focus on SMEs. And here was an opportunity of putting them in front of some corporates with teeth, with an interest for new technology and new opportunities. So for me, this is what it was about. B2B, bringing together potential buyers, potential technology seekers with technologists. The biggest barrier that I've noticed in events that are typically networking and podium talks, etc., the speakers are just there to deliver their talk. They've often left after their talk. The exhibitors tend to exhibit and passively, get whatever traffic they get. They're often disappointed because people haven't paid them attention over lunch or breakfast. So for me, it was, cut those barriers or those lost opportunities and make sure the speakers stayed to the end, were approachable, were be able to be asked questions, and were an integral part of the event. So you had them leading from the front, and then taking part on the day, on ground, asking questions, listening to the technologies. For me, that was the ideal scenario. I must admit I have a favorite. Graphene research has always excited me from the day I first heard about it about a year ago. The technology application today was something slightly different, but I just know that that's going to be an enormous market for the UK and for the world. But I'm particularly excited about remote monitoring and the remote monitoring devices that we've seen today. Seen quite a few technologies, all wearable, all very easy to use, easy to interpret. I find this is where we're heading towards for a much more sort of smart society, smart care ecosystem. So those are the key things that I was interested in. I mean, there were certainly some suppliers here with some really advanced technologies, but some of the technologies here were so diverse, it was difficult to home in on the excellence. And you could tell that we had a small awards winning ceremony, and it was the ones that actually had a focused, precise product and opportunity that won the prizes. For exhibitors, I think this is a real opportunity for them to, showcase their technology, show and tell. For delegates, it's very much an opportunity of business development, business opportunities. We had everything here from primes, organizations that could potentially supply the next fund or grant, all the way through to specialists like yourselves who are able to get that information and knowledge out there. For me, that is everything that an SME or a delegate with an innovation focus or an enterprise specialist, an entrepreneur, everything they want is, source of funding, route to market, some good free marketing. All of that is very enabling for a business, which is, sort of got their head down, developing their proof of concept or developing their early stage marketing. My takeaway messages for today in particular are, it's great to have all the wearable technology, it's great to have all the remote sensing capabilities, etc. But the big tidal wave for a truly smart ecosystem will be the enormous amount of data that we're going to be collecting. It's how are we going to sort that data, how are we going to protect that data, and how are we going to keep it. And really the talks from RAL computing, RAL space, which we're talking about remote monitoring, and data sorting, data interrogation, enormous amounts of data. The levels at which we haven't yet arrived at with all this remote monitoring that we're doing at the moment, but which we will get to in 5 to 6 years' time. I think these are the big questions, and I think the technologies will sort themselves out. We've got some fantastic things coming through the pipeline. But the take-home message is, how are we managing that data? And how are we going to interrogate it in a really progressive way, so that we don't have to keep it all, or we can keep the kernels of really good information and put aside the white noise, as it were. What was very exciting about today was that, yes, the SMEs had an opportunity to showcase, but what really excited me was that a number of primes came up and said, Gugs, we were wondering whether we would see something ahead of the curve, because it wasn't an enormous event, but very excited by how the event went. It worked really well, a great buzz, and yes, we've met some organizations with technologies that we're very, very interested in. And for a prime, for a multi-billion-dollar company to tell me that, I think you couldn't have asked for more, really.